Here's my experiment 6 data. So the materials we use were red cabbage, vinegar, baking soda. We had lemon juice, coffee grounds, window cleaner, hand soap, and Pepsi as the household materials that I have around my dorm room. So my hypothesis for the first part of it, I think that the pH of just the cabbage juice will be around 5, and that adding the vinegar will make it go up to be around 8, and adding baking soda will lower it to go down to around 3. For the items that I have, I think that the lemon juice and the window cleaner are going to be the most acidic, being around like 1 to 3 pH, and the Pepsi is going to have the highest number. I'm thinking around like 7. And I think that all other items are going to be within the range between the lemon juice, window cleaner, and Pepsi, with none of these things surpassing. So my constants, the constants we have is the amount of cabbage juice used in each test, the type of cabbage juice indicator, and the amount of each household item added, with variables being household items and the color changes of the solutions. So for the cabbage water, the pH was 7. This is neutral, and the observation that I had was that the cabbage water appears mostly purple, and it has a slight blue tinge. With the vinegar, the pH was 3, making it acidic. After adding the vinegar, the color changed into a bright red. So baking soda, the pH is 10, which makes it a basic. In my observation from this was that the color changed into a green, like right when the baking soda was added. For the lemon juice, the pH was 2, which is very acidic. The observation that I had was that the solution turned into a deep red when the lemon juice was added, and the cabbage juice also looked more vivid once it was added in there. For the coffee grounds, the pH was 6. This is acidic. The observation we had was when the coffee grounds was added, a light pink color appeared. For the window cleaner, the pH was 11, making it basic, and as soon as it was added, the color was turning blue. The hand soap, we had pH of 9, which makes it also basic. After adding a few pumps of the hand soap, the color turned green. And Pepsi, the pH was 4, making it acidic, and the Pepsi caused the solution to turn red. My conclusion, I said, in this experiment we tested the pH of different household items using red cabbage juice as an indicator. I originally thought the cabbage juice would have a pH around 5, but it was actually closer to neutral. I also expected the vinegar to raise the pH and the baking soda to lower it, but the vinegar was more acidic and baking soda was more basic, so I had to switch. Well, for the household items, I thought the lemon juice and the window cleaner would be the most acidic, and the Pepsi would be the highest. So Pepsi is actually still acidic, not even neutral, and overall, this lab showed that my predictions were close to that acid and bases react differently than expected. So 2 errors that I found were the cabbage juice indicator may not have always been perfectly pure, and that the tap water used to make the cabbage may not have been perfectly neutral. And for the improvement, I said that one improvement would be to use distilled water instead of tap water to make the cabbage juice, so the starting pH is truly neutral and the results are more accurate. For the first question, my answer is the pH should be around 7, resulting in a purple or blue color. If the cabbage juice is purple or blue, your water is close to neutral. A slight shift in color could indicate the water might be more acidic or basic, depending on which color it changes into. For question 2, my answer is plants like hydrangeas can change color because they contain pigments that respond to the pH of the soil. In acidic soil, the pigments will take on a blue color, and in basic soil, they'll turn red. In a neutral soil, they often appear purple or a mix of both. This color change occurs because the pH affects how the pigment interacts with the metal ions in the soil. So question 3, there's a lot of parts for this one. So I said that you might eat or drink the vinegar, the lemon juice, the soda, or the coffee grounds. Some household products like the mild soaps, but you wouldn't want to eat window cleaners, strong cleaners, stuff like that, based on the strong bases like baking soda in large amounts. Is there a difference in pH? Yes, foods and drinks you consume tend to be more acidic, while cleaning products and strong bases are more like alkaline. Why does this tell you about the body's ability to handle acidic versus basic foods? The body can handle mildly acidic foods well, as our stomach is naturally acidic. However, it struggles to handle strongly basic substances which can cause harm or irritation, especially on the digestive system.